Good morning to all. The process equipment design, we discuss a new chapter, that is silent tube heat exchangers. Design of silent tube heat exchanger. Heat exchanger which having a tube and heat, a tube and shell. So in the previous sections we discussed the what is TEMA and what is ASME standard, which is HTRI. Then the today's lecture is about for the various types of silent tube heat exchanger. So all these parts you already learnt in the PD1 section. So let us recall it. So first, cell. So main part of the heat exchanger, it can say that it is a cell. So it having some radius, some diameter, some thickness, okay, and it is fabricated to the uh, head. Okay, so these are the first is uh, shell, and the cell diameter is the bundle of diameter is given by this equations. dB is equal to d0 and t upon k1 raised to 1 upon n1. Then different types of cell. So the cells are uh, most common type is single pass and two pass. Okay, single pass and two pass. So the numbers of passes in the tube is single pass, that means a single flow is passed in the vessel, and the two pass is that means uh, uh, more than one pass. Fluid is passed in the cell. Then divide a type of flow. ओके, सो फ्लूइड को मेन स्ट्रीम में या तो फिर मेन स्ट्रीम को टू अदर्स स्ट्रीम में वो क्या करेगा, स्प्लिट करेगा. देन स्प्लिट फ्लो टाइप शेल. ओके, सो इट इज़ सी इज़ द जे टाइप शेल, एंड स्प्लिट वाला जो है वो है जी टाइप शेल, एंड दिस वन इज सिंगल एंड टू पासर. हियर बफर. Buffels is the main play role of buffels is that to increase the heat transfer area and the increase the velocity of fluid in the in the in the shell. And then there is a numbers of types of heat exchangers are available, in which cell side heat transfer coefficient and increase the cell side heat transfer coefficient. Then the next is tie rod. So tie rod are generally metals. They are generally made up from the solid bars. Okay, and which is diameter of tie rod is lesser than the tubes. Okay, and which is made up from the standards. And then spacer, that means if there is a two tube bundle, between the bundle spacing required, buffels जो बंडल है buffels. ओके, मेंटेन द स्पेस बिटवीन बफेल्स. तो स्पेसर्स वो काम करेगा, दो ट्यूब्स के बीच में इक्वल क्या होगा, डिस्टेंस होगा. देन एक्सपांशन जॉइंट, इफ द सेल वॉल cell is made up from the two pipe pieces cell. Okay, so then that is expansion joint is required. Then the floating head heat exchanger are two types. There is a numbers of heat exchanger are available. U-tube heat exchanger, then uh, shell and tube heat exchanger, then U-tube heat exchanger, then floating head heat exchanger, various types of. So the U-tube heat exchangers are not recommended for use of tube of side dirty fluid. It is difficult to remove dirt from the U-tube, while the floating head heat exchanger can be used where both side and pressure tube side and cell side fluid are dirty. Then it is various advantages and disadvantages. So advantages is that compared to pull through a floating head is lesser diameter required to cell accommodate to the same number of tubes. Disadvantages is that more maintenance time is required and it maintenance cell cover is removed fast. So the split baking ring that a floating head cover, then the bundle is removed from the stationary end. Okay, so here is the TMA types of heat exchanger is given that the standard. Okay, so this one is a BEM type TMA with the BEM type. This one TM type of BEM, AEL, and a BFU. This is YouTube. This one is buffels is used, and this one is a expansion joint in this figure. Okay, this is the expansion joint, and this one is a single pass. Okay, this one is a split. They can be split the total entire. This one is AKT. So this is the different types of silent type live heat exchangers. Okay, and different types of TMA designs which is standards are available. So it is exactly whatever here the head is given that. Okay, different types of. Then in the second column there is a number of cell passes, and the other one is that a rear head, front then back head. Okay, B means in the TMS standard cell tube and heat exchangers are divided into three parts: for front head, sear and rear head. TMS standard cell and tube heat exchangers are generally divided into three parts: front head, then second is cell, and uh, rear head. Okay, BEM type. B means the front head, E types cell, and M types rear head. B means bonnet type front head, E means single pass cell, and M means fixed tube seat with B types of rear. And BFL means bonnet type front head, two pass cell with longitudinal buffers, fixed tube seat with removable flat. And sealing strip is generally used to entire fluid is cross flow manner in the all the latest method to process design. Cell side fluid is divided into 5 stream. Then tube side component के अंदर क्या होता है? There is a tube side pass partitions, then tube seat. Okay, so these are the tube side pass partitions. Now, so there is a next important point is that a general design method for cell and tube heat exchanger. If we have to design the general design for a heat exchanger, that is numbers of parameter we have to consider. So first, if we design cell and tube heat exchanger, first calculations of heat duty, how much of heat is supplied to the heat exchanger. So first we can calculate the heat duty. So without phase change, heat duty is mcp dt, mcp delta t, so that is dt. And for phase change, q is equal to m1 ml. And for the condensation with subcooling, it is q is equal to ml m1 plus m dot mcp dt. Now the second thing is to be discussing is that selection of cooling medium or heating medium based on the applications of the fluid. So the selection of cooling medium or heating medium is required for a cooling medium like steams, hot water, and heating medium it can be said the hot steam or oil can be used. Then third one is fluid allocations. So in these types of phase change like condensations, vaporizations, condensing or vaporizing fluid is normally taken on shell side, as in cell side liquid and vapor phase are easily separated, while in tube side liquid condensate from films on heat transfer surface, which provides additional resistance to heat transfer in condenser. In a reboiler, normally both side phase change can take place, and hence fluid allocations depends on other factor. For a without phase change heat exchanger, fluid allocations depends on following factors, that is corrosion, fouling, fluid temperature and operating pressure. So corrosive fluid is allocated to tube side as if the same is allocated to cell side shell, tube, tube sheet, buffels, etc. And it should be made from the non-corrosive or costlier material. जैसे कि अगर फ्लूइड जो है वो हजार्डियस है, कोरोसिव फ्लूइड है, सो ट्यूब के अंदर से ट्यूब साइड इफ देयर इज एन allocation to the cell and cell side, so it will be affected all the parts of heat exchanger. So it can be made up from the non-corrosive material or a costlier material. The other parameter is fouling. Even in fixed tube sheet heat exchanger, inside surface of tubes can be easily cleaned, and hence the fluid which has the greatest tendency to fall on heat transfer surface should be placed in the tubes. And fluid's temperature at a very high temperature as well as at very low temperature, use of special alloy is required. So very even in fixed tube sheet heat exchanger, inside surface of tube can be easily cleaned, and then fluid wash has the greatest tendency to fall the heat transfer surface between tubes due to the falling is occurrence. Fluid temperature at a very high temperature as well as at very low temperature, use of special alloy is required for the high temperature or a low temperature. Hence, for very high, very hot or very cold fluid is placed in tube. A moderate temperature, water fluid is better to place in the tube side. If it is placed on the cell side, more insulations or better insulations is required, not only to reduce the heat loss but also for a safety purpose. Okay. And then operating pressure. High pressure steam should be allocated to the tube side at a high pressure. Tubes are cheaper than the high pressure cell. And the fifth one is that fluid flow rates and viscosity. Fluid flow rates and viscosity at a very low value of flow rate of a fluid and high value of viscosity. Low of flow rate and a high value of viscosity of a fluid, which gives low value of Reynolds number. For a very low value of Reynolds number, higher heat transfer coefficient is obtained by the allocating the fluid of cell. Okay. And then fourth is steam temperature. Steam temperature should be decided by the designer if they are not available or specified. Normally, temperature of heat transfer medium should be decided by the designer. For coolers and condenses, temperature of cooling water, chilled water, brine are decided by the designer. For the steam temperature for the cooling medium or a heating medium, so there is an coolers and condenses temperature. So cooling water and chilled water is used. Okay. And for heaters, reboilers, steam, high thermal oil or a low thermal oil temperature should be decide the designer. Okay, then next is mean temperature mean difference. Okay, so mean temperature difference is calculated equation by d of delta t, so is equal to ft dt lm, and lm का मतलब होता है logarithm mean temperature difference. So it is given by delta t lm is t1 minus t2 minus t2 minus t1 upon t1 minus t2 upon t2 minus t1, where capital T1 is hot fluid inlet temperature and T2 is hot fluid outlet temperature, and where small T1 is cold fluid inlet temperature, and T2 is cold inlet, and T2 is cold fluid outlet temperature. And for the co-current flow, the delta T की वैल्यू इस तरह से होगी T1 minus small t1 capital T2 minus small t2 and divide by the logarithm of ratio of hot and cold streams. Okay, and then other parameters should be we discuss in the next lecture.